Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the Saturday night, the final night of the World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Model Speedweek. We invade the sprint car capital of the world. We are here at the Knoxville Raceway. Good evening, race fans, and welcome. Brett Wheeler, myself, on the call for the final night of what should be a fantastic night of racing. 24 drivers signing into the pit area for tonight's race, and of course we are not too far away from qualifying, and we are not too far away from crowning the World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Model Speed Week champion, our second champion. We are going to crown, and looking like that it's going to be more than likely Chris Maguire, seeing as though I don't see Davin Cardwell here. So Cardwell not making the event here tonight, so that's certainly going to give a boost advantage to the number 0 machine of Chris Maguire. He sits second, fastest in practice, of course, with the track already starting to slicken off. And of course, a big thanks as we take a look at our new camera pack, and of course that comes courtesy of Dougie Beard. So Dougie, thank you very much for that one. We appreciate it here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We are set for qualifying. Of course, big thanks to AJ, who filled in last night at the dirt track at Charlton. Done a fantastic job, as always. Let's go and take a look at some of the drivers here in the qualifying session already on the racetrack. Top 20 on the left of your screen. The bottom left-hand corner, we'll see the car that we are watching, Mike Drury, in car number 7. So a lot of these drivers still waiting for just a few moments' time. Eric Tupper, Ronald Piles, Terrell Payne. We're looking for a driver that's Mike Drury, 19043. We watched the 13 car of Caleb Ramsey. Caleb Ramsey in car number 13. Ronald Piles in car number 68, getting his first lap in here at the Knoxville Raceway. A minute and a half left to run. Ronald Piles' time coming through 7th quick with a 19.098. Caleb Ramsey 2nd quick. Dylan Hauser on the racetrack. Chris Malone 10th quick. William Duvall now 10th quick. Chris Malone 11th. Jacob Fields in the 007. Again, first lap in here at the Knoxville Raceway for the 007 machine in qualifying. Was quick in the practice session. We'll see what he can do here at the moment. Jacob Fields, 5th quick with an 18.714. Daniel Passmore, 16th quick. There is Jacob Fields. Blake Brown. Some other drivers. Tyler Walton. Here is Dylan Hauser. We watch him. Kendall Tucker making an appearance as well. We'll see how long these drivers stay for, or whether they actually stay in for the evening, and whether they decide to do the whole event and not just half of it. Tucker 6th quick. Hauser 8th quick. Zach McSwain in 4th. There is your fastest qualifier, and the points leader coming into tonight, Chris Maguire, looking to pick up his first ever World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Model Speed Week Championship. So drivers just still continuing to circulate on the racetrack at the moment, and that is now going to be done because qualifying is over. And we move into the first of 2 heat races here this evening. Just trying to find out how many are going through to the redraw. Just going to find out here from Race Control. Of course, Race Control being Stephen McMillian and Daniel Passmore, both going to take their Chance here. Hello, Gordon. Hello, Chris. Steve, welcome in. Well, that sucks. Let's go trackside and take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat number 1. Alright, still going to be the top 2 going to the redraw. Starting on pole in the 000 machine, it's going to be Chris Maguire on his outside. The number 1 of Austin Carr will start position 2. Lining up inside row number 2, the 007 Jacob Field starts position 3. Out of position 4, going to be the 38 car of Tyler Walton. Position 5, going to be the 13 here of Caleb Ramsey. Out of position 6, the 7 car of Mike Drury. Out of position 7, the 140 of Eric Tupper. Ronald Piles in the 68 will start position 8. Inside row 5, the 17 of Justin Sick starts position 9. William Duval in the 32 will start position 10. Terrell Payne in the 51 starts position 11. With Pete Kiley in car number 31 making up this 12th and final car for this heat race. Heat race number 1. Only 2 heat races on the program for tonight. Of course, again, a big thanks to Dougie for the new camera pack, and of course we'll have the new cameras hopefully throughout the next couple of weeks at each track we go to. So again, Dougie, thank you very much for those camera packs. You do a fantastic job, I must say. We get set here for heat race number 1. We wait for the cars to come off turn number 4. Green flag is out. We are underway here in heat race number 1. Maguire leads Carr down the back straight away. Here comes Carr to the inside. Thinks better of it and try to push the issue here on lap number 1. So he'll just stay in behind the 0 car of Maguire. Maguire goes down low, Carr runs right in behind the 0 machine, and there is nothing in it between the two as they make their way out of turn number 2 and down the back straight away for the second time as Carr now moves to the inside into turns number 3 and 4. Carr and Maguire side by side. Maguire's still got the run on the top side of the racetrack. Jacob Fields back there in position number 3. Eric Tupper in 4th, and then Justin Sick. In fact, Tyler Walton now moves on the inside here of Eric Tupper into position 4. Tupper going to get shuffled back to position 5, but he's going to run on the outside. Justin Sick, Mike Drury battling it out for 6 and 7 side by side there with Ronald Piles as well. So plenty of on-track action right now here in the opening heat race of the night. We keep an eye on Tupper and Walton. Continue to fight it out for 4th and 5th on the racetrack. Tupper's got the run on the top side again on the exit of turn number 4 as they go into 1 and 2. Walton will get to the inside, but the outside line just a little bit too quick at the moment. And these drivers now starting to move their way up on the racetrack, although Austin Carr still happy to maintain the bottom side of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. And both your leader and second place, Maguire and Carr, happy to run the bottom side. You go back to Fields, run on the top. 4th is Eric Tupper. He's also run on the top side of the racetrack. And here is the 38 car of Tyler Walton. He continues to work low as well. Justin Sick in the 17 car. He's holding off Ronald Piles. Piles, as you just see, got into the outside wall down there on the back straightaway. We go back to the 51 of Terrell Payne, William Duval, Caleb Ramsey, Pete Kiley as well. But now here goes the battle on for the race lead. It is Maguire and Carr side by side down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4 with 2 laps left to run. Maguire and Carr, you cannot split them at the moment. There is nothing in it between the two. The Shop Quick number 1 car in the Dirt Draft, Elite 7 Racing. He stays low through 3 and 4. A little bit of a bubble there from Carr, and there you can see the car getting really snaky on the exit of turn 4, and that's going to bring the white flag out here for heat race number 1, and Chris Maguire down the back straight away for the final time in heat racing competition and his final night of heat racing competition here in the Super Late Model Speed Week. The win is going to go to Chris Maguire, Austin Carr second, third is going to be Jacob Fields. And we go back and have a look at Eric Tupper, Tyler Walton, Mike Drury, Justin Sick, Ronald Piles, Terrell Payne, William Duval, Pete Carley, and Caleb Ramsey. Your 12 finishes here in heat race number 1 and heat number 2 up next. So another 12 cars, another 10 laps, making their way onto the Knoxville Raceway pit road. We'll go trackside now and take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. On pole for the final heat race of the 2019 World of Thunder Super Late Model Speed Week in car number 77, going to be Blake Brown. Zach McSwain in car number 25 will start on the outside of the front row. Kendall Tucker in the 00 will start position 3. Dylan Hauser in the 2 car will start position 4. Position 5 going to be the 88 car of Gary Peck. Ben Katamash in car number 12 will start position 6. Adam Litchi in car number 018 will start position 7. The 26 of Eric Scalf will start position number 8. The final 2 rows, the 46 of Daniel Passmore will start position 9. Chris Malone in the 29 will start position 10. And your final row in car number 8, Cody Slawson will start position 11 alongside Stephen McMillan in car number 87, who will start position at number 12. Of course, the top 2 going to the redraw after this one. So the final heat race of the night, as the cars make their way down into turns number 3 and 4. We get set here for the final 10 laps of heat race competition. Off turn 4, Blake Brown and Zach McSwain on the front row. Green flag is out. We are underway here in the final heat of the night. McSwain working to the top side. Here is Kendall Tucker now moving into second spot in the Swindell Speed Lab 00 machine. Keep an eye on the Slick Sim Sports number 2 entry of Dylan Hauser. Got down on the graphics on that race car as well. McSwain, Hauser ride the top side of the racetrack. Hauser into the wall. Peck now gets underneath him. They make a little contact as Hauser comes off the wall. No harm, no foul. The drivers keep it going. Blake Brown still holding on to the top spot at the moment in the TeamVLR.com entry. But here comes McSwain. He pulls up alongside Brown as they went down into turns number 1 and 2. Brown on the top, McSwain on the bottom. Some great action here, some great action shots thanks to Dougie with the new camera pack. I love it. And Zach McSwain to the race lead at the start-finish line at the completion of lap number 3. Brown tries to throw it in deep down into turns 1 and 2, but not going to happen. Although here comes Kendall Tucker up on the outside. Brown getting a little tight there on the entry into turn number 3. Tucker now to the outside. Tucker into second. McSwain leads 4 down, 6 to run. And you got to be very careful right now. McSwain, he has been a man on a mission all week. And here goes Tucker down low, down into turns 3. He's left the top side open, trying something different. And here comes Brown to the outside. Pulls up onto the right rear quarter panel of the 00. And the 00 of Kendall Tucker slides up in front of Brown. Brown turns it underneath him. They drag race off turn 2 down into 3. Oh, it is busy right now here for your top 3 spots. And don't forget, the top 2 go to the redraw. So a chance for these drivers to start on the front row. McSwain still holding the top spot at the moment with the 77 of Blake Brown in second. Third is Kendall Tucker. We go back and take a look at fourth and fifth place, battling it out side by side. That's Gary Peck in the 88, putting the slide job there on Dylan Hauser. And Hauser tries to come back underneath him now down the back straight away. Battle on for fourth and fifth right now. Slider there from Hauser in the corners, number 3. 2 laps to go this time. That time by, I should say, a lap and a half to run. McSwain, Brown holding off Tucker as well. There's your top 3 on screen. Here is your race leader. Final time, final lap of the 2019 World of Thunder iRacing League Super Late Model Speed Week. It looks like Zach McSwain going to come off turn number 4. He will be victorious. He gets the job done ahead of Blake Brown, Kendall Tucker. Gary Peck going to come home 4th. Dylan Hauser 5th. Kudabash in 6th. Galf, Malone, Slawson, McMillan. Then we go back to Litchi and Passmore there. That is heat race number 2 completed. No B main required. So while the redraw is going on, we are going to bring in the man that has basically come up with the Speedweek idea and put a lot of time and effort into this one, and we're going to chat with him now. And well, he's going through what in my eyes would probably be the most difficult week of his life, and I personally don't understand what he's going through. But in this, of course, this time of need and the wonderful iRacing community and racing community coming together. But we chat to the man behind basically the brains of World of Thunder, Stephen McMillan. Stephen, I believe you've got some words to say after this horrendous week.
I do, but first let me tell everybody. Let me tell you first. The redraw be the 25 and the 0. So second row be 1 and 77. But next off, I want to thank everybody for your wishes to me and everything. With my mom passing this Wednesday, it was or Tuesday. I can't remember if it was Wednesday, Tuesday. My whole week's gone by. Kind of, my mind's kind of foggy, but we're here to have fun, and I want to thank everybody that posted wishes to me. I mean, it means a lot to my family, and this is something I love in iRacing. And one thing I've come to learn a long time ago is iRacing, we're a family, and we stick together. And I couldn't have made it without y'all this week. It was tough running a couple nights of Speed Week. Admin. I had Daniel Passmore. I want to thank him for stepping up and doing the admin. It was very hard for me, so I just watched. But I mean, I couldn't do it without y'all, and I couldn't do it without him, and I definitely couldn't do it without you, Brett. And I want to thank everyone out there.
So I don't want to touch on this too much, but I mean, with what happened in this past week, I mean, how mentally have you found the strength to turn up each and every night? I mean, to be honest, there was a conversation between Daniel, myself, and a couple of other people that were happy to sort of take a night or two off just out of respect for you and the family, but you didn't want that. You wanted to keep the show rolling. I mean, that just goes to show you right now the toughness in your mentality right there is something to admire.
Yeah, I mean, we had to keep the show going. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, y'all gotta understand, when you gotta keep your mind busy when something like this happens. During the day, we was doing stuff, preparing for funerals and stuff, and at nighttime, this took my mind off of things, and I appreciate everybody.
Well, Steve, I know it's been said before, but we'll say it again. We are thinking of you during this difficult time. Our thoughts and prayers go out to you. But as I said, personally to you, You know where I am, no matter what time of day it is. I don't care if it's 4 a.m. I'm always up for a bit of a chat with you. But I'll let you get out of here quickly because I know you got some racing to do. So good luck in the final 40 laps.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there we go. The brains behind World of Thunder, Stephen McMillan, who again, after this tragic week, is just somehow he's found the strength and courage to turn up here over the past couple of nights. Again, it's very admirable. Let's move on with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for the final 40 laps of the World of Thunder iRacing League, the Super Late Model Speedweek here at the Knoxville Raceway. Let's go trackside and take a look at your top 23 cars. Here it is, starting on pole in the 0 car. It's going to be Chris Maguire on his outside. In fact, no, that's not going to be happening because Chris Maguire, Zach McSwain, Austin Carr, and Blake Brown will be the first 2 rows from position 5 on back. The 007 of Jacob Fields alongside the 00 of Kendall Tucker. Eric Tupper and Gary Peck will make up a row number 4 inside and outside. You go back to Tyler Walton inside row 5. Dylan Hauser on the outside. Mike Drury alongside Kutamash in cut number 12 will start position 12. Justin Sick, Eric Scalf in 13th and 14th. Ronald Piles, Chris Malone. We go back to Terrell Payne, Cody Slawson, William Duvall, Stephen McMillan, Pete Carley, Adam Litchie did not make the grid, and Caleb Ramsey make up your 23 car field. With our 24 starter was going to be Daniel Passmore. He's taken the opportunity to do race control for tonight's 40-lap main event. So the pace truck will move to the infield. We are not going green this time by. We are going to get the drivers from the redraw. So the top 4 positions, they will be getting shuffled around just a little bit. And once they're in their correct positions, we will then go into the greatest sight in all of motorsports, the 4-wide salute. For the final time, this is the drivers saluting you, the fans that have turned up each and every night here on Ultimate Dirt TV, whether you're in Facebook, YouTube, or the Twitch channel. So the lineup: Zach McSwain starts P1, Chris Maguire starts P2, Austin Carr starts position 3, and Blake Brown will start position number 4. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The greatest sight in all of motorsports. The drivers make their way off for turn number 4. The World of Thunder iRacing League Super Late Model Speed Week. The drivers are 4 wide. Have a look at that. You won't see a much better sight than, hats off to these drivers that are able to put this 4 wide on, because not gonna lie, I've seen some 4 wides that have been sort of 2 and 3 wide here and there, but man, this is just an awesome sight to behold right now. And again, a big thanks to Dougie B for the camera pack. It is a phenomenal camera pack. So Doug, thank you very much for making Ultimate Dirt TV stand out from the rest of the other broadcast companies, and man, you do an absolute phenomenal job. Just love this. I love the start finish line camera right here. Just have a look at how slow these cars are. They're probably rolling around about 35 miles per hour right now. They are just waiting in anticipation right now. Just listen to the cars just slowly idle by here on the front straightaway. There it is. The cars will break formation going into turn number 1 and 2. Justin, thank you very much for the follow on Facebook. Appreciate the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. I think we had a sub on YouTube earlier as well. Let me check that. Dougie, thank you for the sub on YouTube, brother. Appreciate it. We go on board here with your lead car, Zach McSwain, looking back at the field. We'll take a look at Chris Maguire. Again, you can see the inside and outside row there, and just look at those cars. 23 cars getting set to do battle here at the Knoxville Raceway. Not this time by, but the next time by. We are going to be green for 40 laps. And the final night of the World of Thunder iRacing League's second annual Super Late Model Speed Week. Of course, every night covered here by Ultimate Dirt TV. And of course, again last night, a big thanks to AJ from Elbows Up TV, who stepped in and filled the position for me. And personally, I cannot thank him enough, because he was able to continue the 5 nights of coverage. And, well, tonight makes it 6 out of 7 nights. Of course, don't forget tomorrow night, night number 1 in the season opener for the World of Thunder Season 6, the triple header. First up, the Super Late Models at 6 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Eastern will be the fixed UMP Modified Series, and then 9 p.m. Eastern we'll have the 410 winged sprint cars in action. Of course, all races covered by Ultimate Dirt TV. That's tomorrow night. What we worry about is tonight and now. Your 40 laps getting set to do battle here in the sprint car capital of the world. It is Zach McSwain who will lead the field off turn number 4. We get set to go green. Let's get naughty for 40. We are green. "23 Super Late Models bearing down the front straightaway, down into turns number 1 and 2. It is Zach McSwain who holds on to the top spot at the moment. We look at your battle for 4th and 5th right now. Brown and Fields. Fields now going to move up into position number 4. Austin Cameron on the low side. Down into 1 and 2 they go. The top 2 rail the top side through turns 1 and 2. The next couple of drivers run on the bottom side. So again, these drivers are spread out all over the racetrack at the moment. Yellow, yellow, yellow for the first time this evening, I should say. The 87 of Stephen McMillan was around. Let's take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. A couple of cars just checking up, and McMillan gets into the back of one of them. The yellow flag flies in that $1 Million Motorsports number 87 machine. Got the I-Core and Ultimate Dirt TV logos on the side of that car. Of course, the World of Thunder again. We'll take a look here at some of your Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras, thanks to Dougie B. Just see what it's like here in the different angles and how quickly it can go wrong in just a matter of seconds. So we come back to the live pictures here from the Knoxville Raceway for night number 6 and the final night of the 2019 World of Thunder iRacing League Super Late Model Speed Week. Nate, no worries. Thanks for being here for the past week. Appreciate it. And appreciate all the drivers that have turned up and raced throughout the entire night and stayed for the entire duration. Not the drivers that just turn up and do qualifying and the heat race and screw the grid for everybody else. Screw you. Pace truck going to move to the infield. There it is just there. Now you see to the right of your screen, that's towards the top right. Here we go. 10. Lap 10 complete. Technically 5, so 35 to run here in the main event. And keep an eye on McSwain as he has some pressure from a couple of drivers. Austin Carr, one of those drivers. Maguire had a little bit of a moment there in 1 and 2, but he gathers the car back up. And, well, we continue to stay green here in tonight's feature event. Fields now, he was in that 5th spot, I believe it was, even 4th spot. Maguire now nearly 3 wide right now through turns 1 and 2. Brown on the outside of Tucker. Tucker down into 3 and 4, and yellow flag once again on the speedway. This time it's the Piles Racing number 68 car of Ronald Piles. Of course, we'll be able to take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. So it was Walton who was stuck into the wall there, and he unfortunately just come off the wall. There he is, just into the wall and tried to get off, and unfortunately for this 68 car, 68 goes around. And here's another high shot, high above the sky of the Knoxville Raceway. Once again, we welcome you back to live pictures here at the Knoxville Raceway, the virtual Knoxville Raceway that is, for the final night of the 2019 World of Thunder Super Late Model Speed Week. Again, it's been, over the past 7 nights, it's been 6 nights of racing. The only night they've taken off is dead smack right in the middle, which was the Wednesday night, in fact. Pace truck going to move to the infield. We'll wait to get to the right of the screen as they make their way past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. So again, these guys got some good looking skins on their cars, good looking liveries out there. A lot of good painters out there, I should say, as Pace truck to the infield. 30 laps to go, 2 cautions inside of the first 10 laps. We go back to green. McSwain down and right through the middle of the racetrack. Look at the one just absolutely be shot out of a cannon. Oh boy, the one machine of Austin car straight to the lead down the back straightaway. On the front straightaway, he will lead that lap, and Zach McSwain getting shuffled back to position 3 as here comes Maguire on the top side, Tucker on the low side. Tucker into the back of McSwain there on the back straightaway. McSwain through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Maguire continues to run the outside. He has second. Tucker goes down low down into turns 1 and 2. Here comes the 2 car of Dylan Hauser. Battling it out with Blake Brown just down the right of your screen, but Kendall Tucker still working the low side of the racetrack, trying to get up into a podium position. Right now, and there's a lot of good cars, a lot of fast cars here tonight, here at the Knoxville Raceway, all trying to stamp their authority here on the final night of the Speed Week. It is none other than the Cuban, the GOAT of Austin car out in front in that Elite 7 Racing. Dirt Draft Shot Quick number 1 machine. Chris Maguire sits in second. He is looking to wrap up the Speed Week Championship tonight. And again, it's been a phenomenal week for the Zero machine. 25 to run, 15 complete. Oh, McSwain into the wall. Tucker and Hauser contact in the middle of 1 and 2. Brown now looks to get on by. He does. They nearly go 3 wide into 3 and 4. McSwain now watching Brown and Kendall Tucker duke it out side by side. Eric Scalf in the 26 starting to make a challenge here towards the top 6 drivers. He sits in 7th. Eric Tupper, Jacob Fields back to position 9th. And then rounding out your top 10 is the number 38 car, that is Tyler Walton. Tucker through 1 and 2 on the top side. You see the left front just really pick up, and you see that car really starting to dig into not only the top side, but really starting to dig into the cushion. He's trying to gain as much forward momentum and forward bite as he can. Meanwhile, Chris Maguire now starting to catch up to your race leader. Austin Carr, he's no slouch, he's no rookie. I'll give you the hot tip, and the yellow flag is going to fly. See who we got. We've got, oh no, the 140 of Eric Tupper around in the Hard Ass Racing Full Velocity Racing Network number 140 machine. Let's go back and take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay and see exactly what happened to the 140 machine. In fact, it's more so important that we'll take a look here at the behind camera. Oh, it was Jacob Fields. He just got into the back room there, and again we'll take a look at some more camera angles right now. So Tupper going with a slider line through turns 1 and 2, and it all sort of came about because Tupper actually missed the slider, or the line going into 1 there. You just see the left front and the left side tires just getting up on that infield berm. What's going on with Hauser? Hauser, not sure what's happened to the 2 machine, but just trying to go back and see what happened here, because he's got some right side damage on that car. Oh, House back up to 3rd spot. Green flag back out here at the Knoxville Raceway. 28 to run. No, 17 to run. Excuse me. Trying to get ahead of the competition right now. Speaking of ahead of the competition, that is the 1 car of Austin Carr. Chris Maguire sits 2nd. Dylan Hauser 3rd. 4th is Kendall Tucker. Blake Brown heads out your top 5. So a couple of heavy hitters and a couple of pro drivers. 4 make that 5 out of the top 6 of pro drivers. The only one not to be a pro world championship driver at the moment is the guy that's leading the points and the guy that's in 2nd here tonight, Chris Maguire, and he's certainly putting it and mixing it up with the best in the business. That's him on screen in the CMR high side. 0 car as Hauser goes down low, down into 3 and 4 again, catching the inside berm there, and that's not going to be at any help to the Slick Sim Sports number 2 machine. It is with 15 to run, and Austin Carr cool as a cucumber. And the Dirt Draft Elite 7 number 1 machine, the Elite 7 Racing, that is. Just see the left front there of Austin Carr's car just lifting up and really starting to lean over on the right rear. It is Hauser who's fallen back to position 5. Kendall Tucker's now moved up to position 3. You're watching the 77 here of Blake Brown, trying to find a way past the 00 there. Kendall Tucker on the Swindell Speed Lab iRacing iFlags. 00 there is Hauser. And you go back to Eric Scalf. There is the AAA machine, the 26E car. Here comes Tyler Walton in the 38 car, working on the outside of the racetrack. Jacob Fields, also in the Elite 7 Racing Dirt Track. And, geez, what a good game that is, Dirt Track. And Tim Bennett. Man, Tim and I go way back. Mac did an R-Factor broadcast with Dirt Sim TV with Tyler Burnett and myself. And at Eldora, you might, if you haven't heard the ending there, an absolutely phenomenal race. You could say that I got a little bit excited. 10 laps to run for your leader, so 8 race distance away from being completed. So 5 miles left to go for Austin Carr. Chris Maguire in second. And Maguire, he has got one hand on that championship title. With no Davin Cardwell here tonight, he has all but secured a fantastic week and also a Speedweek championship. Doug, again, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch, follow on Facebook, and thank you very much for the liking of the video. Kendall Tucker continues to ride in the third spot on the racetrack at the moment. Then Blake Brown, who still holds on to position 4. Tyler Walton now moves into position 5. Dylan Hauser, he has called it a night. Not sure what happened to the number 2 machine, but we continue to stay with the on-track action at the moment. And it is Jacob Fields up to position 6. Chris Malone in 7th. 8th. You're looking at Mike Drury, Gary Peck in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is Justin Sick. That's Steve McMillan as well. Well, into the wall in turns 1 and 2. Steve, probably not the best way to get around the Knoxville Raceway, but you're just having a bit of fun out there. And well, we go back up towards the front of the field right now. It is down to just 5 laps to go. This time by for your leader, Austin Carr. In fact, he's really starting to motor along right now. 19.11 or 127. That is his best lap of the race, and he's just done it technically on lap number 35 of this feature event. Man, I thought, you think the track gets slower, but when you get these guys on a cushion, he is just absolutely hammering the heck out of the cushion right now. A 19.127 last lap, a 19.134. Holy cow. He really is in some true form. He comes up to lap traffic, and oh boy, Caleb Ramsey almost played the biggest part of the night. As we got now a car slowing on the top side. That's the 31 of Pete Maguire in 2 minds on where to go. Not going to say that cost him the race, because I don't think anyone's catching Austin Carr with 2 to go. And right now, let's go on board with our Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras here of Chris Maguire. And take the final penultimate half a lap around the Knoxville Raceway and just see how much of a distance he is back to the 1 machine. Now we are going to race it out to the start-finish line. Austin Carr, who puts a big slider there going down into turns 1 and 2. It is all Austin Carr here in the final night of the World of Thunder Super Late Model Speedweek. Through turn number 3 and 4, Austin Carr, the number 1 car, he is going to victory lane, second, and will wrap up the championship. And the Speedweek championship in the zero machine is going to be Chris Maguire. Kendall Tucker going to come home in 3rd spot. Go through and take a look here at your JR Productions and Media unofficial results here in just a moment. Of course, letting the cars do their extra lap and letting everybody else finish. So quickly take a look right now at your JR Productions and Media unofficial results. Look at top to bottom, your 23 starters and your 22 starters and your... we had what, how many? 17, 18 finished that one. And now Austin Carr gets the win in car number 1. Chris Maguire home in 2nd. Kendall Tucker in 3rd. Blake Brown 4th. Tyler Walton in 5th. Jacob Fields 6th. 7th is Chris Malone. Mike Drury in 8th. Gary Peck in 9th. With Ronald Piles rounding out your top 10. We go over the page 11th through to 20th. Justin Sick, Cody Slaughter, Ben Kaltamash, Eric Tupper, Terrell Payne, William Duval, Caleb Ramsey, Pete Kiley, Stephen McMillan, Dylan Hauser in 20th, 21st, Eric Scalf and Zach McSwain in 22nd. Adam Litchie, of course, did not grid. And we are being told that Chris is the 2019 Speedweek champion. So we are going to go and chat with our top 2 here, because that's all we've got in the T-Speak. So we're going to bring in Austin Carr first, who gets the job done here. I called him the GOAT, and he's the GOAT indeed. Austin Carr, congratulations on the victory. Just a phenomenal race by you. The track towards those last sort of 10 laps, it actually got fast, and you turned the quickest lap, I think, on about lap number 40.
Yeah, man. Once these tracks start getting slick, man, is when my setups come around, and I was actually surprised. That's the first time I've had a setup that I could actually become a piss missile on the top right there, and I uh I just held her down there, and Chris was just getting closer and closer, and I was just trying not to mess up there, and it was a good overall race.
Late in that race, coming to lap traffic, did you think that there was a couple of times there it could have gone a different way, but you sort of managed to make your way through the lap traffic? What was it like, and what was going through your mind as you were going to pass those lappers?
I was just trying to pick where I wanted to go. I didn't know where some of them were going to go, but I just went for it and just went full send off in there, and it worked out in the end. I wasn't really. I had a good gap between me and Chris, so I knew I could move around, and if I needed to take my time with at least one or two of them, I could. And that one got sketchy there, but it was all right.
Well, you come into the final night. I don't think you ran a week, have you? You might have ran one night, but you come in on the final night, and you take the victory here at the Knoxville Raceway. Congratulations! Not a bad looking not a bad looking livery you got on that Super Late model. So I'm sure there's some people you might need to thank for that one.
Yeah, I got to thank everybody at Elite 7 and Drew, Jacob, everybody, what they do. And I got to thank Shop Quick Convenience Stores, True Farm Race Products, CJ18, the new sponsor we got, Dirt Draft, and also got to thank Five Knuckle Wraps. And most importantly, got to thank Steve for putting this on, man. He puts on a good show, and it's quick and fast, and tracks are always good. And definitely got to thank you up here, even though you're kind of washed up, but I still love you.
I'm not as washed up as you, apparently, but we'll leave that one. You know what? I'll take my GOAT comment back. Screw you then, asshole. Congratulations on the win, buddy.
All right, take it easy.
Typical Cuban, get out of here. Yeah, I get the last laugh, Austin. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in second place this evening, but not only that, he is your 2019 World of Thunder iRacing League Super Late Model Speedweek champion. It is none other than the driver of the Zero car of Chris Maguire. Chris, first of all, congratulations on this second place run here tonight. It was basically just a matter of show up, finish in the top 5, and the points is yours, and that's the way that it happened. So congratulations on the second, but also congratulations on the championship.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the championship. I think it's been maybe 2 years since I've won any championship in the league. Felt pretty good.
We'll talk about the race first. A very tough race, to say the least. You led there, and then you, of course, had pretty much a top 2, top 3 car all night. But the more the race went on, the more comfortable you looked out there running the top side of the racetrack. Was that always going to be the plan going into the 40-lap feature event tonight?
Yeah, for the setup I used, I knew it could run the top, but I should have ran my other setup I qualified with, but I'd never ran it on cushion, and I didn't want to make a fool of myself.
Well, talk about that cushion, because those last 10, well, say about 10 laps, Austin was turned his fastest lap of the race. You guys turning very sort of similar lap times, but it seems to be that the longer that race went on, the more cushion, or the higher the cushion got built, the faster you guys were running the top side.
Yeah, early on, my car was actually a little too tight. That's what was slowing me down a lot. But by that point, I done gotten spoiler damage, and I figured that's going to slow me down some. The time the car actually got drivable.
All right, well, moving off from that one, what does it mean to you to finally pick up another championship here and pick up the second annual running of the World of Thunder iRacing League, the Super Late Model Speedweek? What does it mean to you to lift that trophy high above the sky?
It's just going to make me try to work a little bit harder, try to get faster. It's been a while since I've ran leagues. I want to get back into leagues. That's pretty much it, and congratulations to Austin for the win.
Well, congratulations on second here tonight, but more importantly, congratulations on the Speedweek Championship. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate. And before we do let you get out of here and celebrate, of course, sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff. Who makes it happen for you? Who's helped you each and every night throughout this, not only Speedweek, but through the past couple of weeks and months? And who's on the sponsor of that race car that you need to give a shout-out to?
Chicken Head Consulting. Let's see. I'm trying to see my car. I don't even know my sponsors. Brown Heating and Air, Burgers and More, Dream Pick by Bruce Carroll, and that's pretty much it.
All right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Chris Maguire, who comes home in second place tonight, but more importantly, wraps up the 2019 second annual running of the World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Model Speedweek. Of course, 6 nights of racing over the past 7 nights, and we cannot thank every one of the drivers that have turned up throughout the week to do battle here. Not only at the Knoxville Raceway, but at the other 5 tracks as well: Volusia, Eldora, Limaland, Lanier. I'm sure there's one I'm missing, and there's one I'm missing. Oh, and of course, last night at Charlotte. Again, a big thanks to everybody that has tuned in, not only tonight, but again, throughout the past week. We've still got plenty of racing to come this week here on Ultimate Dirt TV. So if you want to get your sim racing fix, if you want to watch some of the best in the business, go around right here on the #1 Dirt Track channel for our racing broadcast on Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Keep up to date with when we are live next. And if you're watching on Twitch as well, hit that follow button. Of course, you can keep up to date with our schedule. Head over to our website, www.ultimatedirttv.com. Click on the schedules tab, and of course you can click on the sponsors tab and the wonderful people behind the scenes that make all this possible. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, Icor Leagues, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Of course, a big thanks to Dougie B with the new camera pack and showcasing what he can do in making these cameras, and boy, they are fantastic. So Doug, thank you so very, very much for not only the camera pack for the cars, but also for the track as well. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, we say farewell to the management behind the scenes. We say good night from the Knoxville Raceway. Congratulations to Austin Carr, your winner, and congratulations to Chris Maguire, who picks up the Speedweek Championship. And on behalf of myself, Brett Wheeler, until tomorrow night for the World of Thunder season opener for Season 6, the triple header. We will see you then. Good night, everyone.